Recording? Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Christian Wynn here from Low Key Colors, and here are my top 10 underrated tips for self-taught guitarists. Just a quick disclaimer, I didn't watch any other top 10 lists for researching this, so I don't actually know if these tips are underrated or not, but just please stay and watch the video, okay? So, tip number 1, listen to guitar music. Duh. I mean, this one's pretty obvious, but a lot of people, they want to play guitar, but they don't even know any musical groups that have a guitar as the main instrument. It would make sense that if you want to play guitar, you should like the way it sounds. Duh. Quick story. Back when I first started playing guitar, all my friends, they would request songs from like Steve Aoki or Deadmau5, you know, those DJs, but I would tell them there's no guitar in that music, and they would call me stupid. They'd say, you can play anything on guitar because it's an instrument. And I mean, you know, they are right, but for 15, 16-year-old me, you know, that's way too much of an ask. Tip number 2, have a guitarist to look up to. Can you guess mine? Comment below. I'll give you a hint. It's pretty much all over my channel. But anyway, if you have a guitar idol, it gives you a goal of what you want to play like, what you want to sound like, instead of just kind of wandering around aimlessly without a goal. And that gives you something to strive for. Tip number 3, do not be embarrassed or afraid of the guitar. This kind of stems from my childhood, but pretty much everyone said I suck at guitar. Oh, quick story, guys. Like most Asians, I was forced to play the piano at a young age. I remember one day I was doing really good at my piano lessons, and my teacher thought I was so good, she wanted me to play for my dad. I think this was the first time I was going to play for him. I was so scared and nervous, I messed up my playing. You know, my dad said I was horrible and said some really mean things to me. It was probably something like, "What am I even paying for lessons for?" Or, "Your cousins are so much better than you." Anyway, that doesn't matter. But I remember crying in front of him and my teacher. And my teacher tried to console me and said that, you know, my dad loves me. Anyway, thanks, Dad. But anyway, my point is, since everyone said I sucked and I was so bad at guitar, I was scared of learning and progressing. So just don't be scared, guys. And if it's embarrassing that you're learning the guitar, don't tell anyone about your hobby until you get better. LOL. Number 4, learn the scales and the basic chords. If you get really good at this one tip, you're basically going to be able to play any song or whatever you want. If you learn these scales and chords like second nature, songwriting, self-expression, it's going to come off so easy to you. You'll be writing a song a day for anything. Number 5, forget the up and down strum patterns. Now, I got stuck in this hole for a long time. The down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up. Oh my God. One of the first songs I learned was Hey Soul Sister. I think I learned it from Marty Schwartz, the OG. But the up and down strum thing, it's way too much to think about that, and also fingering the chords for a beginner. You know, most people, they instinctively know the rhythm. You know, you can just kind of clap the rhythm with your right hand, right? It should be very instinctive. So if you just instinctively strum, it should sound fine. But anyway, back to the Hey Soul Sister story. I remember playing it to try and impress, you know, girls at school, but I was so focused on the actual up and down strumming, I'd forget where I was in the song. I'd mess up the chords and everything. So that definitely ruined my shot with these girls I liked back in school. But, you know, like I said, it's natural. So don't worry about sounding perfect, because let's be real. Let me grab an acoustic. I'm not sure it's in tune. All right, let me take this to the 5th fret, right? But, like, for example, if I were to play Hey Soul Sister, I don't even know the strumming pattern of it. I'm just going to play how it sounds in my head. Something like that, right? Now I'm going like down, up, down, up, down, up, whatever, right? I'm not actually thinking about it, right? I'm just kind of strumming, doing whatever. I see a lot of beginners when they play guitar, they end up kind of like doing this, bicep thing, or they're like using their hand like this motion here. It's very unnatural. All of us can just do this. It's very natural, right? It's like waving high, right? Really easy. Don't think about down, up, down, up, down, up, right? Just whatever comes natural. If it's up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, that's totally fine. I'll play the same kind of rhythm. Here's C, just down, up, down, ups. If I do more like the song, right? There's not a huge difference if I play the rhythm similar. So like the song, or whatever I've done thing. Right? You can tell it's different, but you know, to the average listener, the average person, they couldn't care less if you went up or down. Okay, so don't worry about the strumming too much. Anyway, number 6, do not be reliant on chord charts and tabs. Oh my God, I wish I did this one sooner. I think relying on the chord charts and tabs is one of the worst things you can do to start learning guitar. You know, I started with the chords and the charts and the tabs too, don't get me wrong, but I became so over-reliant on these things. You know, quick story, back in 2014, 2016-ish, if the song did not have any tabs or chord charts or was on Ultimate Guitar, that song did not exist to me. I would not even try to learn it. Okay, this is a horrible way to kind of castrate, or what's the word for it? To cut off your guitar playing, your learning progression. So, you know, a little bit of a spoiler for tip number 7, but use your ear. Tip number 7, use your ear to figure out the songs. I wish I did this so much sooner, but using your ear to learn things will make you such a better musician. It'll make you a better songwriter, it'll make you a better player, and everything in between. Once I use my ear to learn songs instead of using tabs and chords, I actually learned how to apply what I heard in the music to my own playing. I feel that learning it by ear and actually sitting down and taking the time to learn it will internalize the melodies you learn and the chords so much better. It's gonna make you so much better at just music in general. So use your ear. This is the most important thing in music. It's not the theory, not the scales. It's this. If it sounds right, it is right. Okay. Tip number 8, ditch the capo. Oh my God, why do we have these things? Okay. I mean, I can't even play it on this guitar with the capo because, I mean, let's just try. See, it rejects it. The guitar rejects the capo. I mean, let me see. I mean, actually, you know what? You can, but that's not the point. The point is ditch the freaking capo. I know the capo makes things easier, but I see so many guitarists get stuck and reliant on this freaking capo. Okay, so, you know, suffer a little bit and learn bar chords. It opens up the whole guitar. And I'll give you a quick tip to learn bar chords, because when I started playing guitar, I had really small hands. I still kind of do, and I was very weak, so I struggled with bar chords. So what I found was a quick turnaround was using this Hendrix style, the thumb over, right? This lets me play the bass note and eventually have a bar chord-ish, right? So I can go up and down the neck. This made those 6-string bar chords so much easier. These ones were still a struggle, but these bar chords with the 5th finger, the 5-string bar chords, they're a lot easier than the 6-string ones. So if you need to start, just use the thumb, use the Hendrix technique. It's gonna make it a lot easier to learn bar chords and actually move up and down the neck and learn some songs, okay? So tip number 9, consistency. So I'm gonna get a little fitnessy, but forgive me for making these fitness analogies because I've been working in the industry for 6 to 8 years now. So it's the easiest way for me to explain these next 2 tips. But anyway, staying consistent, I would say is the second most important thing when it comes to guitar, but also to anything else in life. You know, back when I used to manage gyms, I would see 2 kinds of people. I would see people who would buy really expensive programs and are really motivated, right? Have all the expensive gear. Then I would just see the average gym guy who would come every day, right? And usually the person type 1 who had the optimal plan, all the gear, all the motivation, they'd come, they work out really hard for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then they quit, right? But the guy who just came in every day and was consistent, no plan, just worked out, was usually one of the guys in the best shape in the gym, right? So what I'm trying to say is that you don't always need a plan to practice. You don't have to sit down and be like, okay, for 30 minutes, I'm gonna do my scales, and for 20 minutes, I'm gonna do my chords or whatever, right? Just if you sit down and play the thing, you will get better by extension, right? Picking up weights and putting them down will make you stronger, right? That's the simple fact of it. Same with guitar, same with mostly everything. If you keep doing it, you're going to be better at it eventually, right? So just sometimes just touching it and attempting to play will make you better, even if it's 5 minutes a day. That's one thing I regret, because I would take 4-year breaks in between, which was so stupid. Why did I do that, right? If I picked it up for a little bit, I'd get better, right? So just be consistent. That's a very important tip. And now, tip number 10, the most important tip: have fun. Have fun? Why is it number 10? Why is it most important? Well, it is the most important because if we're not having fun, what's the point of even playing the guitar, right? Just being honest here, most of us are not going to be professional musicians, right? Most of us are in it for fun. And also, if it's more fun, we'll want to pick up the guitar more, we want to play it more, and as a side effect, we're going to get better, right? I wouldn't listen to all the guitar guys online that say, oh, you need to have a practice routine. If you want to be a better guitar player, if you don't have a routine, you're going to be stuck at beginner level, you'll never be intermediate or advanced. And, yes, they are right. But to most people, they can't tell the difference between intermediate and advanced, right? That doesn't even matter. And who's to say you're not intermediate? Who's to say you're not advanced? Those are just terms that people kind of coined on other things, right? If you are happy with your playing, that's even better, right? Because the person that you need to impress is yourself, right? They are right. Having a practice routine will make you better, and it will get you to where you want to go faster. But most of us are just in it for ourselves to have fun, right? There's no point unless we're enjoying it for ourselves. Most of us are in it for the journey, right? Looking back at my world record, the record was fun, but training was more fun, right? Let's go look back at my fitness analogy. Usually the most jacked guy, the most buff guy in there, he's having the most fun in there. They enjoy it. Why do you think they would keep coming back and get sore and lift heavy weights? It's because they enjoy it. Guys, my wife, I am married. My wife is a professional flute player. She has a master's degree and she practices for hours a day. Actually, right now, she's playing in orchestras out of state, right? But not once have I heard her say that she enjoys playing the flute. It's a job for her now, right? What was once a passion has become a chore. And I don't want you to lose that fire for the music, for the guitar you have in you. But yeah, those are my top 10 tips for all you self-taught guitarists. Go out there, go play, and have fun. If you have any questions, just comment down below. And I've commented on every comment on this channel. I respond to every comment, and I want to keep that up. So make sure you leave those comments, and peace out.